Welcome back, everybody, to the Orlando Huskies franchise, and it is week 4. The Huskies are taking on the Cleveland Browns at home. Browns are 0-3 on the season. The Huskies are 0-3 on the season, and the Browns are 1-2, and they're gonna have to play in the rain as the Browns will start at the 25-yard line now. As I don't believe we played the Browns yet in this franchise. But here comes Devin Jackson. Looking pretty good on the season. 772 yards, 5 touchdowns to only 1 interception. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 25 now here for the Browns, and they come out on a pistol set to begin the game. The pass rush started to get there. Nearly picked off by Wilcox. Wilcox nearly picked that off and nearly probably would have brought it to the house as there was no one in front if he was able to keep his feet in. It's now going to be a 2nd and 6 from the 29. As Grimes getting some pressure, and CJ brings him down for the sack. First sack of the season for CJ Hunter. It's now going to be a 3rd and 9 from the 26 for this Huskies defense. Can they get off the field here? And right down the seam, Wilcox and Shane unable to tackle Telfler. As I think we did play the Browns, because I remember Telfler. We might have played the Browns. I'm not really sure. We play a lot of teams. It's 1st and 10 from the 50 now. Jackson on the RPO. Gets the ball to, I believe that's Telfler once again. It is. And he picks about 9.5 up on the play. Already having a really good game is Telfler. It's now going to be 2nd and inches for the Browns from the 40-yard line. Looks like Jackson switching the play at the line here. McMillan beat by the tight end on the play. Now the Browns are coming out in another pistol set here. As McMillan forces a fumble and Caden picks it up. Great forced fumble by McMillan on that play on Jackson. And Caden picks it up, and the Huskies will begin with the ball at the 36-yard line. Here comes Tyreek Givens on the field for the first time in this one. They're trying to get their first win of the season, and they hand the ball off to Drew Stevens, who breaks 1 tackle and only picks up 1 though at the 9, having a really good season so far. As he had 13 rushes, 467 yards last game with 2 touchdowns though. And now so trips to the left for the Huskies. Danny Barnes is in the backfield for this one. As Givens finds Jamal Lacey downfield. And Jamal Lacey's fighting. Jamal Lacey fumbles. Kylo doesn't pick it up. Oh my God. Down at the 1, Jamal must have fumbled off of the rain, or I don't know what happened there. But now it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Browns at the 1-yard line. And Matthews picks up 11 on the game. As I'm kind of surprised why Jamal Lacey was in that formation when Damian Harrison is the starting tight end and the receiving tight end. But nonetheless, fumbles after a huge pickup. Shane O'Neal beat by the tight end once again. Jackson hits him, picks up 8 on the play. It's going to be a 2nd and 2 now from the 20-yard line. They hand the ball off back to Matthews, and McMillan able to get there as Grimes was pushing that offense lineman back, not allowing the running back to move forward. It's now going to be a 3rd and 2 from the 20. Jackson flipping the play at the line here. And Shane and Johnson bring down Matthews, but for a gain of 3, he picks up the first on the play. It's going to be a 1st and 10 now from the 23. And Johnson picks the ball off as Jackson throws a bad read, and Johnson's bringing it back to the house. Pick 6, Tavon Johnson. What a play for the stud middle linebacker. Second turnover of the game for the Huskies, and that's their first pick of the season. So far, this defense has been off to a great start, and the offense looked like it was off to a great start as well. So, bad fumble by Jamal at the 1, but defense made up for it. The Browns will begin their drive at the 25-yard line. It's 1st and 10 now. Jackson in gun here. RPO once again. And Gage punches, or Johnson might have punched that one out, but Gage and Shane held him up, and someone punched that ball out on Rhodes. That's already another fumble. Luckily for the Browns, the Huskies couldn't jump on it. The Browns keep the ball. As Caden, what a play by Caden to punch that one loose, and this defense is going crazy. That's their 3rd fumble of the 1st quarter. And that one they've recovered. As it's now going to be a 1st and 10 from the 22. Play action pass here. Givens hits Jamal Lacey once again, and Jamal able to pick up 6 on the play. That's Jamal's 2nd catch for 63 yards. Unfortunately, does have the fumble. But this defense is balling out right now. 2nd and 4. Drew Stevens met right in the backfield. Loss of 3 on the play. Browns are ready for that. It's going to be a 3rd and 7 from the 19 now. Third and 7. Givens hits Damian Harrison. Somehow, some way, Damian catches that ball. 1st down, Huskies at the 7. And the tight ends are going crazy right now. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 7 to begin the 2nd quarter. Huskies up 7-0 with their first lead of the season now. Can they bring it to a 14-point lead? 1st and goal from the 7. Empty set here for Givens. And Givens is sacked on the play by Whittaker. There's nothing open for Givens there. It's going to be a 2nd and goal from the 14 now. Danny Barnes in the backfield. They hand the ball off to him. Jamal misses 2 blocks on the play, but Barnes able to get at least back to the line of scrimmage. Trying to get Danny Barnes going a little bit in this one. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 14 now. Empty set once again for Tyreek Givens. As Givens, 200% wide open. Touchdown Huskies. It's only the 2nd passing touchdown of the season for the Huskies, and they're going to review this one. But I think Hunter got his foot down pretty easily. That's 2 feet in my books. They call it a touchdown. Huskies get their 2nd passing touchdown of the season. That's Hunter's 1st receiving touchdown of the season. Huskies up 14-0 in this one. So far dominating the Cleveland Browns. James Aldridge will kick this one deep. Browns have a chance to return this one, but they just meet in the end zone, and they will start at the 25-yard line here. It's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 25. 3 tight end set here for the Browns. Jackson under center. CJ nearly made an amazing tackle, but Matthews is off to the races after the broken tackle, and it's going to be a 75-yard rushing touchdown for Matthews. Mac Matthews with a great run on the play. Scores a touchdown. Brings it back to a 7-point game now. Chris Bush for the Browns is hurt on that one. Don't know who that is, but he is hurt. And Haywood still the kick returner for this game. Still returned this one from a couple yards deep into the end zone. And Haywood nearly broke one as he brings it back to the 30. Hunter has one catch on the game for 14 yards and a touchdown. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 30 now. Bunch formation to the left for the Huskies. Hand the ball off to Drew Stevens. Stevens powers his way for 6 on the play. Like to see Stevens get going in this one as he struggled a little bit, but had a great season nonetheless so far. 2nd and 4 from the 36 now. As Givens throws one up deep to Jason Blacklock, who nearly comes down with it. Great ball from Tyreek Givens in the rain. That's a hard catch in the rain. Jason unable to come down with it. Now it's going to be a 3rd and 4 from the 36. Browns send the blitz here. And Givens on the out route. Unable to hook up with Damian Harrison, who was open. And Huskies go 3 and out. Don't like that after the huge touchdown for the Browns. As good coverage by Justin Martinez and Green on the punt return. See Matthews with 4 rushes, 89 yards, and a touchdown so far in this one. Gonna be a 1st and 10 from the 26. As Dylan Flock is torched by Telver on that one. That's going to be a 74-yard touchdown. 2 plays, 2 touchdowns for the Browns. And both of them are 70-plus yard touchdowns. A great double move by Telver. And we saw that same exact double move last week put on Green. Both of them went for touchdowns. And the Browns easily tied this one back up as we thought it was all Huskies. Mike Haywood back to return this kick once again. Takes it to the left, and Mike Haywood brings it to about the 26-yard line. If that's Gage, that might be a kick return because Gage has the speed that Mike doesn't. But it's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line now. Givens under center here. Hands the ball off to Drew Stevens. Stevens just nowhere to go as the Browns defense has had the run game in check so far in this one. Now it's going to be a 2nd and 11 from the 24. As Givens is sacked on the play by Whittaker once again. Givens a little slow to get up. He's been hit a lot so far this season. It's going to be a 3rd and 18 now from the 17. This offensive line has to perform better. As Hunter hangs on to that one, and that is a tough catch by Hunter. Overthrown on the play, but hangs on to it. Great catch by him. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line now. As Stevens, 6-yard pickup on the trap play right there. Armstrong with the tackle. It's going to be a 2nd and 4 from the 47. 2 tight end set here for Givens. Givens is hit hard once again, and oh no, Tyreek Givens hurt on the play. This couldn't have been any worse, but now gonna have to go to the 3rd-year pro Josh in this one. Josh on 3rd down hooks up with Jason Blacklock. Jason with the catch for pickup of 7. Moves the chains. As we've seen Josh one other time in this season when Tyreek got hurt. Have to hope the injury to Tyreek isn't nothing crazy as he's looked good so far in this one. Drew Stevens fighting for every inch on that one. Able to pick up about 9.5 on the play. Now it's a 2-minute warning. Hopefully we could get some word on Tyreek Givens. And it's an Achilles sprain. That's huge. We're going to keep Josh in until at least halftime. We don't want to re-aggravate the injury for Tyreek. As Josh hits Drew Stevens on the throw. Great throw by Josh. Coming off the bench. 2 dimes so far. It's now going to be a 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Empty set here for Josh, who knows the offense well. Been here for 3 years with Coach Paul. It's now from the 18-yard line. As Josh hits Damian Harrison across the middle of the field. Damian fighting down at the 1 and Josh looks a lot better. Josh looks very improved in this one. It's now going to be a 1st and goal from the 1. Josh under center here. Hands the ball off to Drew Stevens. Stevens only able to get back to about the line of scrimmage now. First or second and goal from the 1 yard line now. Josh switching the play at the line. Is a good underthrow by Josh, just so it wasn't picked off, as that one was close to being picked off, as this offense has stalled at the 1. 3rd and goal from the 1 now. Gonna hand it off to Drew Stevens, and Stevens walks into the end zone for his, I believe it's his 6th touchdown of the year, if I'm not mistaken, on the ground. Gives the Huskies the lead 21-14. Great drive from the offense there. 12 plays, 75 yards, almost 5 minutes of offense. And James Aldridge is going to kick this one deep. And the Browns will start at the 25-yard line with 28 seconds left in this one. Have to try and get a stop, as Telver is having an amazing season so far. 17 catches, 315, 3 touchdowns. Great season for Telver on the year. It's now a 1st and 10 from the 25. Matthews in the backfield with Jackson. And Jackson nearly threw his 2nd pick to Johnson. Great coverage by Johnson on the play. Second and 10 from the 25 now. As great penetration, great pressure up the middle. And Grimes read that screen. Now we've seen him do that multiple times in his career so far. It's now going to be a 3rd and 10 from the 25. Jackson under center. As Grimes with a great tackle on the play, but with barely any time left, the Huskies are just going to let this one tick all the way down, and they'll go into halftime with a 7-point lead, but the Browns will kick it. Don't know why they're kicking it. Hunter Purcell is back there. Hunter unable to make anything happen on that one. Tackled at the 36. And the Huskies go into halftime with the lead for the first time this season. And they're going to have to get the run game going, especially with the injury to Tyreek Givens. Going to have to figure out the run game. They're going to have to stop the run game. And there is Tyreek. Have to wonder if he's going to be back in this one. The Browns kick it deep to Mike Haywood. Haywood's going to return this one from about the 2-yard line. Haywood fumbles on the kick return. Browns have the ball at the 20. And that's the 2nd fumble for this Huskies team in the rain. 1st and 10 from the 20 now. It's a stretch play to Matthews. And Matthews is going to walk into the end zone. And this couldn't have been a worse start for this Huskies team, as the Browns easily tie this one to start the second half. In 9 seconds, they cause a fumble and then score. Defense is going to have to pick it up, and offense is going to have to answer that touchdown now, as Mike Haywood is still back there. He's just going to... Oh, well, I didn't mean to do that. And... well, the Huskies are starting at the 1-yard line. Did not mean to do that. Tried to fair catch it. Tyreek Givens is back in this game. As Drew Stevens takes this one. Stevens has a big hole on the outside. Picks up a nice chunk of 13 on that one. As I can't even blame Mike Haywood for that one, as I tried to fair catch it, but he jumped. 1st and 10 from the 14. Givens under center here. Hit on the play once again. and we might have to take him out with that Achilles sprain. We can't afford him to get hurt even more, as he's had an amazing start to his career in his rookie season so far. 2nd and 10 from the 14. Hands the ball off to Stevens, and Stevens has a big hole. And the running lanes have opened now in the second half. Stevens with 28 yards so far in the second half. It's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 29 now. As Gibbons hit, sacked. I thought that was an injury timeout for Gibbons, but it's Carl Yankee. 2nd and 24. The Huskies after the big sack on 1st down. As Gibbons throws up a wheel route to Stevens, just barely overthrew it. Gotta wonder if that Achilles is playing a factor in this one. It's going to be a 3rd and 20 from the 18 now. As a great throwing catch to Kylo on the outside. What a throw by Tyreek Givens. Under pressure and all, fits that in there. An absolute dime. First catch of the game for Kylo. 1st and 10 now. Hands the ball off to Stevens, and Stevens has another big hole for a pickup of 12. Drew Stevens has really found his footing in this second half. First and 10 from the 36 now. Givens sacked once again. Tried to roll out, just didn't look like he had any real speed on that ankle. Can't really put a lot of pressure on it. Now it's 2nd and 19 from the 45. And now an overthrow in a clean pocket. Tried to get it to Kylo across the middle, and it's picked off. And Coach Paul is going to have to pull Tyreek Givens with this injury. He can't afford to lose him for the rest of the season. And Givens has looked like a franchise quarterback early in this season. CJ Hunter forces a lot of pressure on that 1st down play, but Parker able to pick up 6 on the catch. We just can't afford to lose Givens for the season, as that hurt his development a lot. As on second down, Matthews able to pick up about 4.5, picks up the 1st down. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Bunch formation for the Browns. Jackson switching up the play. An RPO here. And Green misses a tackle. Gage is pushed off. Wiggins hits him hard. Hard hit by Rhodes on Wiggins. Or other way around. It's now going to be a 1st and 10 from the 40. Defense going to have to figure this out. Bunch formation again for the Browns. Threw it in double coverage. Dangerous passing. Neither Green or McMillan able to force that ball loose. As it's now going to be a 2nd and 4 from the 46. Switching the play at the line is Jackson, but CJ Hunter with a great shed and a tackle for loss for his 2nd tackle of the game. Already has a sack in this one. That was 1st tackle for loss. 3rd and 5 from the 44 now. Wiggins forces a lot of pressure, and I don't know how he just was able to throw that one up. Gage was in good coverage. Stecker just with a great catch, I guess. I don't know. Good coverage by Gage. Now it's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 27. Carrington is coming in hot on this one. It's Dillon unable to make a play on that ball. And Stecker back-to-back huge catches. Puts him at the 7-yard line now. 1st and goal from the 7 now. Under center for Jackson. Play action pass. CJ's coming in very hot. Caden able to force a little bit of pressure as well. Forces a throwaway on Jackson. It's now going to be a 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. It's going to be another 3 tight end set here for the Browns. It's another play action pass here. As Gage perfect coverage on the tight end forces a bad throw by Jackson. Now a pistol set here for this Browns team on 3rd and goal. Throws it across the middle. Good coverage by Dylan. Dylan doesn't make a play on the ball as Tefler scores his 2nd touchdown of the game to put the Browns up 7 late in the 3rd. As Stain, I believe, got a running into the kicker. Or Shane O'Neal. Has to be the frustration of Shane. Hasn't been the same player really. And it's unfortunate. But the Huskies will start at the 25-yard line regardless. Stevens has been having a good season on the ground so far. I'd like to see him get going a little bit more. It's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 25 now. Trips to the left for Josh in the game now. Stevens with a nice cutback. Able to pick up 6 on the play. Offense going to go a little bit up-tempo. 2nd and 4 now from the 31. Browns look like they're sending a blitz. They do. Josh sees that. Hits Drew Stevens in the backfield. Stevens breaks. Able to make one guy miss down to the 50-yard line. And Josh is looking nice with the injury to Tyree Givens. But it is Givens' team. He's looked really good in this season. Hopefully the injury doesn't affect him in the upcoming weeks. And 1st and 10 now from the 50. Can Josh mount the comeback? It's going to be a play action pass here. As Josh is hit as he threw it. This offensive line, we thought it was improved. It is not. As they might be worse, which is saying a lot. But this team might be worse. It's now going to be 2nd and 10 from the 50-yard line. As Josh is sacked once. I believe that's the 1st sack on Josh, but that's got to be at least a 4th or 5th sack this game, if not more. It's going to be a 3rd and 20 now. Looks like the Browns are sending a blitz. Josh making a couple audibles at the line here. As Josh is hit as he threw it, it didn't matter how many he blocked. Huskies are going to have to punt as this Browns defense has came alive in this pass rush. As James Aldridge is going to have to kick this one deep. Great tackle from Green on the punt return. Down at the 23-yard line, and gonna have to figure out how to stop that man. Mac Matthews, 114 rushing yards on the game. And an empty set here for the Browns. On 1st and 10 now. Martinez isn't able to bring down Rhodes. Picks up 7 on the play. McMillan finally tackles him. It's going to be a 2nd and 3 from the 39 now. Huskies send a blitz. And I don't know how that's caught, as the blitz nearly got there. It looked like an overthrow, and a great catch by Parker on the play. It's now going to be a 1st and 10 from the 44. Jackson under center. 5 minutes left in this 4th quarter. It's a play action pass here. Shane misses a tackle. Was right with Parker. Stride for stride. Just misses the tackle. And, you know, we might start seeing a little bit more of these other safeties in Javon Young and Miles Franklin. Jerry Patrick. CJ and Gage able to make the tackle on Matthews, but he picks up the 1st. This defense has yet to get a stop outside of a couple turnovers. It's 1st and 10 now from the 46. is a great play by Wiggins coming all the way from the other side to make a tackle for a loss of 1. Second and 11 from the 47-yard line now. Grimes able to deflect the ball at the line of scrimmage. It's going to make it a 3rd and long. Third and 11 now from the 47. Can this defense get off the field? As no one's across the middle of the field and the Browns pick it up with only 3:30 left in this one, that one will probably do it. As we don't know where our middle zones went, but Tefler found the hole, and Shane makes a tackle on that one for only a gain of 3. But this defense has just looked bad outside of that first quarter. That first quarter, they looked really good. And then they kind of just fell apart. Wiggins nearly able to get the sack on Johnson. Going to be a 3rd and 7 now. Surprised they threw that ball. Looks like they're going to go with an empty set here on 3rd and 7. Surprised they're throwing this ball, but easy pitch and catch as Green is beat on the slant by Rhodes. And that might be Green's last game starting at slot, as we have a rookie corner waiting. We might move Stan to the outside and move Gage back to the slot, just so we could try and get some answers in this team. It's great defense right there by Caden and CJ Hunter. Both blew up that play. They both had really good games this game. It's now going to be a 2nd and goal from the 8. Jackson under center here. Matthews picks up about 4 on the play. Almost over 125 yards. 3rd and goal from the 4. Jackson under center here. CJ with another tackle for loss on the gain. But Huskies won't call a timeout, as they're going to lose. See if the Browns kick the field goal like the Commanders did. They do. They're going to win this one 31-21, as the Huskies are shut out in the second half, as the Browns just look like a completely new team in this second half. Very unfortunate. Offensive line just doesn't look good. Haywood down to the 27. The offensive line just doesn't look good. It's the reason why Tyreek Givens got hurt. Reason why Josh had to come in. And Coach Paul should have left Givens out in that second half to begin it. He threw a costly pick. But Givens, 6 for 12, 147 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Josh, 4 for 7, 62 yards. They both looked good. Just didn't really have time, as Stevens, 12 rushes, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Receiving, no one really stood out, as no one really had drops besides the one by Jason. But no one really stood out, as it was a pretty lackluster game. Maybe Jamal Lacey, 2 catches, 63 yards, but he did have that fumble. As 4 sacks allowed by Wyatt Decker, the starting center. Are you kidding me? Miles McMillan led the team in tackles with 9, a tackle for loss as well. 3 tackles for loss for CJ, and a sack. A couple tackles of loss for Caden, McMillan, Wiggins, and Wilcox. CJ the only one with the sack. Johnson with a pick 6 in this one. No pass deflections for anyone. A forced fumble from Johnson, Caden, and McMillan. And 2 fumble recoveries for Caden. He balled out this game. He really did. The whole defense balled out in that first quarter and then kind of gave out. But Huskies fall to 0-4 on this one. Lose a close one to the Browns. Hopefully Givens, the injury isn't too serious. And I'll see y'all in week 5. Peace.